I get paid to lose trades. Imagine not having a problem losing trades because every loss gets you paid. No, this isn't some low profit hedge strategy. And no, I'm not Don Vo getting paid to trade with someone else's money. Here's what I mean. One of the biggest blessings in my life was having a job selling life insurance before I started trading full time. And when it came to selling life insurance, I sucked at it. Selling life insurance might be one of the hardest sales jobs out there. First, you have to talk about people dying. Then, you have to ask about their health. And most people think they're healthy, even when they're on prescription meds. Oh, and to make matters worse, any commission I made selling life insurance had to be paid back if the client canceled their policy or passed away within the first 2 years. Not easy. I was struggling to make even $2,000 a month. Of course, all the guys in the office were happy to give me advice, and I was happy to take it. After all, they were all making more than I was. But there was one guy, we'll call him Trent, who even on a bad year was making over $300,000. He didn't give out much advice and mostly kept to himself. And one day, everyone went out to lunch and I stayed in the office to make some calls. Trent came over, smiled, and said, "The only piece of advice I'll give you is this. You're not paid to close deals. You're paid to dial the phone." He asked if it made sense, and I said no, it didn't. Trent then asked how much I made last month. I told him it was about 2,000. He said, "Great. How many calls did you make?" I said 300 a day. He laughed and said, "How many?" So we pulled up the software we used for calling, and it showed I was averaging 84 calls a day. Trent then broke it down for me. You're making 1,680 calls a month and roughly 2,000 in commission. That means you make 84 cents every time you dial the phone. If you want to make more money, dial more. As Trent walked away, he looked back and said, "I've been at this a long time. Even I don't know which clients will buy, but I know if I dial enough, someone does." That lesson stuck with me in trading. If you haven't figured it out yet, let me break it down for you. First, we can't possibly know which trades will win. We're paid to place good trades, and if we place enough of them, the money will be there. Second, while most of you feel lousy after losing a trade, I feel great if I executed the trade properly because I know it's part of the process. Trust me, I remember dialing all day and having no one pick up. I felt bad then too. But just like in sales, trading is about the process, not one individual call or trade, and not one individual day. That's why for me, it feels like I get paid to lose trades. And third, which you probably missed, but I'll highlight here, the guys in the office were all willing to give advice, but most of them didn't actually know what they were doing. Trent only gave me advice because I stayed behind to make calls, even though it was clear I was struggling. The guys in the office are like the people on YouTube. Some of them are good, sure, but many don't actually know what they're talking about. There's a part of me that believes my willingness to work at it played a role. I never thought about quitting or giving up. It was always a matter of figuring it out one day. The faster you can embody these lessons, the sooner you'll see results. Before I forget, many of you know I primarily trade currency these days using a mean reversion strategy. I've developed my own indicators for TradingView. If this video gets enough likes and comments, I'll share a link to them in the description. These indicators pull from a variety of elements: price, volume, volatility, and momentum. But what I do differently is use higher level statistics to analyze that data. And that's where my signals come from. If that sounds interesting, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Until then, signing off.